but sometimes this is the way things are. So really that is the whole. We are trying, there is progress. We keep devising ways to make sure that we don't lose the momentum. The more we do, the better we do. Is what leads to sustainability. There are no other ways about it. If tomorrow some leaders or structures collapse there's an earthquake and things collapse. But we need to avoid that. I think that's we have to build the resilience within our systems to make sure that they are delivered. We find a big part of our society is left behind for not anything else, not because they don't have capacity, but that's what we are used to, which has to change. But the youth, I mean, like in Rwanda, people under 30, 72%. Under 30, yes. People who were born during and after genocide, yes, I think so. They are about 43%. So these are people who, so what is saying that they have no memory of genocide. This is a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing depending. They don't seem, I mean, these young people are free of these prejudices and whatever gave rise to the problem, but they need to be connected to the history of the country, however tragic it was. They need to understand it so that they don't lose the fact of where they come or are coming from. But it's a bigger part, is positive. In the sense they don't carry the baggage. And so the youth, therefore, with these numbers, it would not be helpful if people don't think about. So it's about their education. It's about minding, the health. It's about now education going along with other kinds of education in its wider scope, so that in their minds there's more to do with the entrepreneurship. We have to find, and we try to find ways we can, in our youth, grow in their minds this thinking of entrepreneurship, innovations, things they can be able to do themselves without having to sit back and think somebody else is going to deliver to them, and therefore giving them the skills that make them. And this is what we are trying to do in our different structures and policies that are there. It's about education, it's education and technical training, it's training in how people can do businesses, starting from small and going up. So, yes, and we have seen this change rapidly. I'm sure some of the things you are doing in Rwanda yourselves and the contributions you're making towards also seeing what is happening. In a period of 15 years, where we have tried to concentrate our efforts in minding the youth and giving them skills and minding whether they have employment and so on, but also that leads to the wider growth and development of the economy. So this is the key, and you have, so this comes in indeed embracing really technologies generally, but information and communication technology technologies. You have invested in the broadband, make sure that yes, it goes up to rural areas. I think within the country we have close to 4,000 kilometers of fiber laid across the country. And these ones go to schools, hospitals, administrative centers, and so we are struggling with that, this last mile deployment. So much lost in that, that we look at ourselves as individuals and how much we can make at the expense of the other. You know, there are all kinds of zero-sum games, you know, played in our midst, and this shouldn't be the case. Why can't we gain where others are gaining? Why do we have to gain where others are losing? So how it all adds up to governance. Well, we have the very leaders, and this means in the business, in the government, that think so much about these principles of governance, where you are serving, you gain, even in the business, you want to make profit. Very fair so. It's a fair point. But must you make a profit where you have to kill somebody else? Or where somebody else has to lose? So I think you want as many people to gain as can add up to your own gain, and where you even want to maximize that. There shouldn't be anything wrong with that, and there shouldn't be a reason why we can't achieve that. So this is really some, and there is no way. It's not an issue of dictating to people that you must think like this, you must do this. No, until we own it, until we think about it, and reason to achieve it, then we may keep, you know, with the situation you are talking about. You see it every day, and you see people complaining about it every day. And you see the same people complaining about it actually being the ones you know, at the same time doing it. So it keeps going on around. But at the end of the day, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. And this is why, on one hand, we are very rich, on the other, we are very poor.
I am the trustee, director in African Union Trust Fund. And we are looking forward to the business to support African Union so that we can liberate our leadership to make decisions which sometimes don't please the funders who give us money all the time, thinking we can't do things on our own. So, Your Excellency, I support you. We have lots of money in Kenya. We like to come and invest in Rwanda. But let us sit, let us clear if there are any little issues. We are doing a lot in Uganda. As you know, I built a Nakawa place there, very huge office buildings. And we are looking to build a big city near the airport, 11 kilometers in Garuga. And I told the president, you must give me the road to this place, then I bring you the investors. And he has agreed to do that. So, Your Excellency, this is great. Internal economy, and we look at Rwanda as our internal economy as much as Kenya. I think there is so much potential working together. Thank you, sir.
So I think the formalization of you know, some of these frameworks through which we can work together, for me, is very much agreeable. I want to see that happen. So
I am the trustee, director in African Union Trust Fund, and we are looking forward to the business to support African Union so that we can liberate our leadership to make decisions which sometimes don't please the funders who give us money all the time, thinking we can't do things on our own. So, Your Excellency, I support you. We have lots of money in Kenya. We like to come and invest in Rwanda. But let us sit, let us clear if there are any little issues. We are doing a lot in Uganda. As you know, I built a Nakawa place there, very huge office buildings. And we are looking to build a big city near the airport, 11 kilometers in Garuga. And I told the president, you must give me the road to this place, then I bring you the investors. And he has agreed to do that. So, Your Excellency, this is great. Internal economy, and we look at Rwanda as our internal economy as much as Kenya. I think there is so much potential working together. Thank you, sir.
So I think the formalization of some of these frameworks through which we can work together, for me, is very much agreeable.
We can actually shoot the other side.
Can you see us?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, it's my pleasure. Thank you. Good.
That's a Maasai warrior.
Yeah.
Fight off any obstacles in the community.